How y'all doing today? My name's Aim, and today's topic of discussion is going to be timid temperament versus big egos. Timid temperament versus big egos. The reason why this is a topic of discussion today, for my family, other people's families that I've looked around, and I've kind of taken note of this with certain family members and how they interact with others. I notice the people that have that timid temperament, or they come across as timid just because they're laid back, really don't say much. They just kind of want to go with the flow. They're people who don't want any drama. Then you got these people that have the big egos. When they have these big egos, there's not enough room in a relationship for a timid temperament, a person with a temperament that is laid back or cool or calm. And the person with the big ego, they're quick to just kind of steamroll over that person that has that timid temperament. Are you one of these people with the big egos? Or are you one of these people with the laid back, cool, anything goes personalities, these timid sort of temperaments? Now, I've talked about this in another video when I said, lack of confidence will get you steamrolled over. And it's the same thing with what I'm talking about in this video, this versus video. Sometimes you have to reevaluate the dynamic of the relationship. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I recently witnessed a situation where it was just what the title of this video was. It was one person that had like this real cool as a cucumber, really doesn't want to argue, suaveness up about him. And you have this other person that has like this really big ego. And what I witnessed was this person with this big ego, or these people with these big egos, they wanted to tell this other one off. I really want to give you a piece of my mind. It was just like on the smallest of things. And I couldn't help but wonder, with the way that they were, some of the things that they were saying, and it's funny because when I was paying attention to some of the things that they were saying, usually these people with these big egos that are cocky, with this overabundance of this so-called confidence, they usually try to come across to others. I'm real. This is just how I am. I tell it like it is, and this is what I do. And I'm like, really? Is that who you are? Is that what you do? I want to see you come across somebody else with a big ego. It's funny that you seek these ones out that, appear to, run from arguments. They want to keep things cool and clear. And you want to pick out everything that you figure that's wrong with them, when I see a whole lot more wrong with you. But this person isn't bringing it to you. See, sometimes people think just because a person's not, I don't want to say, I'm just gonna leave it at, just because the person doesn't come off as having a big of ego like you have, that you can just say and do what you want with them. And the reason why I'm making this video is for twofold. For one reason, if you are a person that has a timid temperament, you got to know when to step up to the plate and speak up for yourself. Because if you don't, nobody else is. And speaking up for yourself doesn't necessarily mean having an argument about something. It's like, let's have a discussion. Why do you think that you can just talk to me any type of way, or say some of these discouraging things that you're saying? You got to speak up for yourself. And if you're this person with this big ego, maybe if you're this person, on the other side of the coin, you're this person with this big ego, maybe you should be asking yourself, why do I feel it necessary to be telling this particular person, or anybody, anything for that matter? This is the reason why I say we constantly need to reevaluate the things that we say and do. Know that we're speaking with purpose. And like I said, what I've observed from this situation, this is not a unique situation. This is something that I've seen with other people that have these They think these ways up about themselves. It's like they can't stay in their own lane. And it's just like, if you're not going to stay in your own lane, then do that with everybody. Don't do it on just the people that's laid back. But like I said, it's really food more so for thought for yourself on why do you deem it necessary to be the one to have to say these things that have nothing to do with you? Or when you do say something, it just comes off in such a crude, rude manner. You just think that these people have to accept that. So that was the basis of me having this topic of discussion today: timid temperament versus big egos. You got to be mindful of that, because I mean, surely, any of us, we would like to use tact when we're talking to people. Yeah, you might be talking to a person with a big ego that maybe, okay, look, we want to be a little bit more serious with this conversation, because this person thinks that they're going to, steamroll over me on whatever I'm saying. I am going to be heard. We're going to have a talk about it. It's not going to be an argument, or we're not going to be, raising voice, but, I'm going to be heard. And then I would think, or like to think, on the flip side of it, if you're talking to somebody who's timid, or they come across, as being shy, not really argumentative, maybe you tone that down a bit. In other words, you would know your audience. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you talk to them the way that you would want to be talked to. I mean, that's a way that you should be doing that anyways. Like I said, it's food for thought. It's actually a lot of food for thought in this video, because I'm tackling 4 different points from this timid temperament versus the big egos. I'm tackling it from the standpoint, if you are one of the individuals and knowing how to learn how to speak up for yourself when you're coming up against these people with the big egos. I'm also tackling that from the standpoint, if you're talking to somebody who has an easygoing personality, knowing how to tone that down and talk to them, knowing your audience. And then everything that I just said is the vice versa for the big ego. Your big ego, and you got to ask yourself, why am I talking to these people who are seemingly don't deserve to be talked to like this? What's going on up with me? You're thinking that you're getting a leg up because I'm talking down to this person just because they can? Because that's the basis of this video. Like I said, from the incident that I witnessed, this particular person was making a big fuss over talking to this other person that was more so easygoing and just, I'm going to let them have it. We're going to go at it. I'm just like, well, why? Because this person is not even that type of person. So what are you hoping to accomplish? So, like I said, tackling it from 4 different standpoints there. And going back to that big versus, that temperament. Why are you doing that? And then looking at yourself, why do you feel that you have to do that? So like I said, it's a bunch of different angles of this video. I just wanted to take time out to discuss it with you today. In the meantime, go check out a book I've written, Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. I will leave a link in the description box. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you hadn't already. Follow me on my other social media pages. Those links are also in the description box. In the meantime, if you have questions, go ahead and direct them to aim.kilimanjaro@gmail.com. And I'll do my best to answer your question in a video, okay? In the meantime, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged, and you have a good one.